All right. All right. So, welcome back to another episode of Conversations with a King. And I have my brother back. His name is Corey Robinson. And after this video was done streaming on Facebook, I would love for y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel where I'm going to have the entire video shown. All right. I'm going to stop the video about halfway through, because I don't want to take up too much space on Facebook and whatnot. I want y'all to go see the rest on the YouTube channel. But Mr. Cayman Robinson, I want you to basically just reintroduce yourself because I mean the people that was here the other day they remember you, but just in case we got new people, I'll let you reintroduce yourself again. Tell them who you are.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Corey Robinson, 24 years old, in a serious relationship with my woman. I'm just living my life right now, taking the entrepreneur route while just doing many different types of things regarding social media, marketing, advertising, trying to run an e-commerce store eventually, and just really trying to build a brand that can build my six-figure income that I'm looking for and go from there.
All right, sound good to me. Sound good to me. Now,
Yeah.
I was gonna say we had some real good questions that we answered last time, uh, but we want to come back again and just kind of talk about some things that people had sent me uh, that I think are of value. And if you would give me 1 second, I'm just gonna look in my messages real quick. I should have did this before, but I didn't, so apologize to me. But I'm gonna go to my DMs real quick. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go send this to you real quick, bro. I'm gonna send this to you. Um, Send this to you. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm back. Here we go. So, bro, if you check your phone, I just sent you something. Y'all just give me a second. We're gonna make this thing. We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling. And by the way, the people that's watching, if y'all got questions that y'all want us to talk about while we on this call or whatever, please feel free to drop it. Because we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna be intentional. We're gonna be open and honest. Because that's what this channel is for. This is what this conversation piece is for. This is what this time is for. So did you get that message I sent you?
Yeah, I got the message list.
All right, perfect. So we're gonna jump right into it, just like last time. And if you would, uh, let's just kind of expound on some of the things that I sent to you.
Okay. So, basically, the topic of discussion is single and stuck. It's for people without a vision. Without a vision, people perish. You want me to read everything on the list?
Just a couple things, and we'll stop and talk about it.
Okay. So, without a vision, people perish,
Mm-hmm.
which I do agree on. The grass isn't greener on the other side, but rather the grass is green where you water it.
Right.
I do agree.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on you. Healthy relationships are made up of healthy individuals. You
Yeah.
can only fix you. I don't need a partner to progress. I need a purpose and a vision for life.
All right. Let's start right there.
Oh,
Start right there.
so those are the three topics we're about to discuss.
Yeah, yeah. I like them, man. I like them. One of my homegirls sent them to me, man, and one of the main ones that stood out to me is that you can't fix someone else. The only person you can really fix is yourself. And
Is it
I want us to share some light on that. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Because sometimes in relationships or in dating, people will try to fix the other person or try to love a person into loving them, and I don't think that that's the best route to try to get someone's heart. You know what I mean? So, like, what's your thoughts on that, man?
well, I definitely don't feel like you can have somebody come in and fix you.
Hmm.
It's not nobody's responsibility to come in and heal you or fix you. That's something that you should have done yourself
Yeah.
before entering the relationship, unless you both know where you all standing
Hmm.
and you both know that you're taking your own measures to fix yourselves.
Hmm.
I mean, of course, somebody else can help you, but don't hold the other person accountable to fix you.
Right.
Because ultimately, that's an action that should be done by yourself.
Agreed. Agreed. Another
You're
thing
only
that
gonna lead to disappointment when you're
mhm,
trying to fix somebody, or you're trying to wait for somebody to change, and you're trying to fix them, and it doesn't happen. That's
right.
because it ultimately can only be done within themselves.
I agree. I agree. And I was gonna say something else that what's the guy? I was gonna say we had a question asked. It's a repetitive question that I noticed was asked on the original post that I made that got over 100 some comments. I might add, where the women want to know why is it so hard for us to express ourselves. So I know we've touched on it on almost every you know session that we had, but I want to just touch back on that one again so that I don't want anybody to feel like we're overlooking what was being asked because I want to talk about everything that was on that post. But why do you think just for the conversation's sake, why do you think it's so hard for some brothers, not brothers like us, but like the brothers that may not be able to like express themselves in a way, uh, you know what I'm saying, that's positive or most ideal? Why do you think, in your own words, it's hard for certain brothers to like express themselves?
Well, because a lot of brothers are judged for expressing themselves. A lot of brothers don't want what they say to be used against them. Um, and a lot of brothers just still learning themselves how to express themselves. They've been brought up in a world where when we express ourselves, we're looked down upon sometimes by
Mm-hmm.
the opposite sex, like women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when we express ourselves, sometimes we're called soft, over emotional, sensitive,
Mm-hmm.
feminine, and no man wants to be called that just because they express their feelings or emotions.
Right.
No man wants to be called that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sometimes part of the reason why brothers have a hard time expressing themselves.
Yeah. Or that they probably grew up and then they wanted to, and then it was a situation when they did the one time, it was like it backfired or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it's not a good feeling when from personal experience, when you have opened up, your heart, you've opened up yourself to be attacked, and you're not really being felt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm telling you something that make me feel a certain type of way, don't try to flip the script and turn the situation back on me. That's like if hypothetically speaking, someone was sexually assaulted and then they go to the police and then the police is like, why why was you there in the first place? Type. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a slap in the face when you are basically asking for help. You help me feel safe by expressing for me to allow myself to express myself to you, and then it's like a slap in the face when I do, and it's like you just effed up that whole scenario. Now I don't even want to express myself to you no more. I was already dealing with it by myself before you came along anyway, so now I'm just reverting back to how I was before you came along. The whole goal of having someone, not just a woman, not just a man, but like the goal of having someone, in my opinion, in your life is to make your life easier. You know, because we all know what we did when we were single. We all knew how to go to bed, and soothing ourselves when we were single. But now that you're sharing a space with somebody, uh, both of you should be a safe place for the other to express themselves, in my opinion. Every day ain't gonna be no good day. But for the most part, I just feel like y'all, the bare minimum y'all should be is friends. And I feel like I would never do a friend wrong. I got plenty of female friends. I never cross any of them. So I'm like, I would never cross the person I'm with neither. Like, you know, you gotta be open to allow someone to express themselves to you. That's just what it is. Because if they don't feel safe expressing themselves to you, that just means that the door is open for them to go out and express themselves to somebody else. Don't mean it is right, but that's what happens. What you think about that?
True.
That's
Nah,
true.
that is what happened. If a man can express how he feels with
Yeah,
you, then you leave an open space and open room for him to go elsewhere.
yeah,
And who knows where that source might be? It might be from, maybe it might be from his homeboy, maybe it may be with a family member, or
yeah,
in worst case scenario, maybe with a whole other woman
yeah, yeah.
that you don't even know about. But
Look,
I'm
we
not
gotta.
saying,
Mhm. Go ahead, go
yeah.
ahead.
So you got to let your man really express himself.
You do, you
I
do.
mean, it's just if you want a healthy relationship, you should give him that confidence and give him that reassurance that he can express himself without any backlash.
Right, right. Look, we got a good question. Miss Renee asks, what qualities of a woman basically show men that they are a safe place? Any thoughts on that?
Um, in my opinion, a woman who acts how your day is, a woman
Okay.
who genuinely is concerned about your well-being, a woman who treats you just as well when she's angry at you,
Hmm.
a woman who doesn't shut you down or doesn't hit you with that K good night when she's mad at you. Like just a woman who's like um just genuinely concerned about you, a woman who reassures you, a woman who shows you she's trustworthy, gives you a reason. Um,
To continue to
yeah,
pursue her?
yeah. Just a woman who reciprocates what you show her or give her. You
Okay.
know,
I like that. I like that, man. Look, I had to fill in the blank on that one on the end you was hung up on, you know, because I'm like, we hear a lot of times that they want us to, apply pressure, which okay, cool. A man knows what he wants when he see it and all this other good stuff. And a lot of people have an entitled mindset, men and women.
they
And
really do.
and it's not healthy. Let's flip the script. Let's talk about men. If a man goes into a situation demanding his woman do A, B, and C, I guarantee you the sister gonna be like, who in the world think he is? You know what I'm saying? Like, he may be a great guy on the surface and in the heart, but the fact of how he come and the approach is just a turnoff. We have turnoffs too. Let's talk about some of the things that turn us off from the bat. Well, let's talk about that because I didn't see that be a question that was asked, but I think there's something critical for us to talk about as young black men. What are some things, Mr. Robinson, that automatically turn you off when you were single and in the realm of dating? What were some things that automatically turned you off when dating a woman? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
That's easy.
Easy.
So when I was single, red flags for me,
Hmm.
of course you gotta be up to my standards, of course, but I'm not gonna even talk to you now up to my standards, by
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
But some things is like just being inconsistent,
Inconsistent. All right.
not reciprocating the same amount of communication that I'm giving you,
Uh-huh.
um, not having nothing going on,
All
not
right.
being of substance, or not being able to hold a conversation,
All right.
with many different topics. Not having no ambition or no type of dreams. When you
Okay.
talk to somebody, all that should be coming out.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, just not having a plan set in motion.
Right.
Um, those are the main things for me. It's more so the mindset.
Yeah, it's
Because
every.
if
That's
I
it. That's it.
this the mindset for me, and just your actions. Like, are you gonna be consistent with your actions and your mindset?
Hmm.
Because if I'm talking to you, quite naturally, I'm already
Attracted
physically
to you.
attracted to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the mindset is everything at this point.
Hey, you couldn't say it. I couldn't say it no better. The mindset is key, and I think that some of our women have. Social media is a hell of a drug. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Some
But
women, and let me add this in. I
go ahead,
believe that
add it in. Add it
I
in.
believe that a lot of women feel like, oh, the only thing that I need, to keep a man's attention is the way I look, or what I can do, or things that are completely irrelevant to
A
the
man of
mental,
substance.
and
Yeah.
yeah, to a man of substance that most women, quote unquote, say they want. At least when you're having a conversation with a king, if you want a
Hmm.
king.
All right. All right. All right. Now look, I'm gonna say this. Um, like you said, the mindset is everything, and you know, it's not about how big your chest is or your rear end and nothing like that. At the end of the day, if I can't relate to you, if I can't trust my feelings with you, if I can't trust my plans and my purpose with you, I have no business dealing with you. And like
Hell yeah.
I was having this conversation with somebody else earlier, my brother, and I told him that I'm abstaining from, having sex right now just because I know I'm letting my spirit lead me to where I need to be. And I don't want to have a whole bunch of soul ties out here. And you know, when I had that conversation with that person, he was like, "Dang, like you really doing?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? Like I'm taking a step back from the flesh, and I'm actually focusing. I'm trying to live my life that's in accordance with my spirit and my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I've also had, I'm going somewhere with this. I've also had people ask me, like, what you looking for? What you looking for? I'm not looking for anything. I'm manifesting everything. I'm not looking for anything. I'm manifesting everything. And I feel like oftentimes, if, in dating, I feel like a lot of guys will mess up and women too will mess up because we'll allow our flesh to get in the way of where the spirit is trying to lead us. Sometimes we'll let the flesh cause us to be stuck in a situation that's not meant for us to be in permanently. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I'm speaking from experience. 'Cause I've done it myself, so I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's done the same thing. I got some hearts coming on the screen, so I know I'm not the only one. Somebody can relate. So I'm like, you have to. We all humans at the end of the day, and I understand that piece of the puzzle is very important when you're in a relationship. I get that, but what I'm saying is, from what I've taken away from my own personal experience, I've learned that you have to be intentional about yourself, and you have to be cautious about who you give yourself to, not just your flesh, but your time, your effort, your energy. The best parts of you aren't for everybody. And I have heard statements of women say, you can tell me if you've seen it too, my brother. I've seen women say once upon a time, don't give a single man uh wifely benefits, if you will. And same thing for brothers. Don't give your girlfriend husband related benefits. Uh, don't be paying everybody bills before she's legally responsible to you, and you to her to you. Uh, I would not, as a woman, advise, because I have a daughter too, so I'm speaking from a fatherly perspective. Because I have a daughter, I would tell my daughter the same thing, and I pray that she see this video one day. I don't think that it would be behoove a person to, you know, buying cars for people,
nah,
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, well, if it ain't tricky if you got it, but don't give so much of yourself away. This is where I'm getting it. Don't ever give so much of yourself away to where if you have to leave, you are left without. That's what
exactly.
I'm saying. Or that you
And
can't get out.
then,
Or that you can't get
yeah,
out. Let's talk about it. Let's
because
talk about it.
because now you've given so much that now you can't come back to yourself because you've given
Exactly.
so much away for a
Don't even
person that you can't even see yourself being with because you didn't take the time to get to know this person, aka you did not make this person your spouse.
all right.
So now it's like you just given so much, and now you got to piece yourself back together because
That's it.
you've given more than what you could handle.
Yep. Hey, that's it
Yeah,
right there.
more than what you can handle giving.
It is. It is.
So
Never give.
never overstep your own boundaries.
There you go. That's called getting in
Yeah,
your own way. Don't ever get in your own way.
don't get in your own way, basically.
We got a question on the table. We got a question on the table. And like I said, we won't stay on too long. But this question came from a Miss Williams. She said, question, if the alpha male usually doesn't want to be in a relationship with one woman but wants to have multiple women, would it be smart for a woman who wants to be in a monogamous relationship to get into a relationship with an alpha male rather than someone who wants only her? Short answer, no. But let's go. Let's dive deep into this because before I even got on this video, someone mentioned that I should bring up. We should talk about monogamy and polygamy and things of that nature. So let's just talk about it. This is my opinion. I could be wrong to somebody that thinks otherwise, but I'm just gonna talk about I'm just gonna talk about me. I believe that at the end of the day, monogamy is for me. And hey, for the people that are in that lifestyle, more power to you. Everything ain't for everybody, but obviously it's for somebody. But that somebody ain't me. And you looking at an alpha male. All alpha males do not want to be in polygamous relationships. You looking at two alpha males right now. I
Yeah,
just
you
want to
are.
look at you. You go, this is one, my brother right here, man of substance, and you're looking at one right here. You understand what I'm saying? We are monogamous men, so we are out here. There will always be men that'll catch your eye, just like there'll always be women that'll catch a man's eye, whether he's single, talking to somebody, dating, courting, married. We got eyes we see. That's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? But we know that we want to have families one day. We know that our purpose that God put over our lives uh, is pushing us to be with just one woman. Like that ain't our culture. That's not our time. I know people love to be like, well, back in the day, back in the day, back in the day. Look, today that ain't what sells. That ship don't sell. Not where I'm trying to go. Not where I'm going. Not where we going. Like that's not what it is. And my thing is like for the brothers that are out there trying to manipulate, some of these women into that polygamy lifestyle. Look, bro, if you broke, just say that. If you want somebody to help you pay your bills, just say that. You know what I'm saying? If you want some roommates, just say that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if you can't take care of yourself, let alone you plus one, like, don't mention polygamy. What? What? Because the brothers overseas that got multiple wives can take care of their wives. You understand me? You got brothers out here that live in Antioch, Tennessee. Look, let me tell you about the brothers in Nashville. Man, they be quick to get in a relationship because they need somewhere to stay, boy. Don't let me get to
Yeah, they
talking.
do.
Don't
They
let me
do.
get to
They
talking.
do.
But
They do.
nah,
Don't
but
let
for
a
real.
brother leech off you.
Just
Like,
want to lease. Don't let these brothers manipulate y'all,
yeah.
man. Look, and I'm gonna tell you something. If you meet somebody that does not match the purpose and over your life, does not match your morals, does not match your values, don't try to make that work. Don't do that.
My guy said.
Don't do that. That's no. We're not doing that. That good. Miss Williams, I hope I answered your question to the way you need. She said that made her feel better. LOL. I got called delusional for your views during the interview. Let me tell you something. Some of
Look,
these guys
God,
would go ahead. What'd you say? What'd you say,
in my
brother?
opinion, God made us to be monogamous.
Yeah,
I feel like this polyamorous culture is it's like a trend now.
it's a trend because
It's a
God made Adam.
trend.
God made Eve for Adam. He didn't make
Yeah.
Eve, Tina, Latricia, Keisha, LaWanda, and Stacy and Marie, and he ain't do that. You
He ain't
know
do
what I'm
that.
saying? So I'm like, hey, what floats the boat? I won't disrespect the lifestyle, but it ain't for me. That's all I'm saying. And might I add, I want to shed some light on something for you women. I want to shed some light on something. There's this term called gaslighting. The term that I call it is called fishing. Uh, Sometimes guys will say things that, they'll say things just to see if it can reel you in. They'll throw out some bait just to see if they can reel you in. Like they'll clearly say something to get under your skin and try to see if you'll respond to it. Kind of like that guy, Miss Williams, that you said uh, called you delusional for not being down with the poly life. At at that point in the conversation, when it shifted, I would have been, hey, it was cool talking to you. Bye. Block, control, alt, delete. There's nothing else to talk about because you're not in line with my morals, my values, my purpose. Why are we talking? There's no room for you in my life because I know where I'm headed. Uh, one woman, one man. That's what it is because folks can barely take care of themselves, let alone somebody else. But let's go back to the post that I sent you. And I want to talk some more about some of those things that are on that post because a lady sent this to me, and I don't want it to go on deaf ears. Let's talk about some more points.
Okay. I like this question.
What's up?
Person you marry with either be your greatest asset or your greatest liability.
Boom. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. So what?
It's true. A lot
Yeah.
of times, I see um I don't know, I see people getting into marriages off of emotion, which granted you should get into marriages off of emotion, but you do have to have a little logic behind your marriage. You can't just marry somebody that you emotionally connect with. You have to financially connect with this person. You have to spiritually connect with this person. You have to mentally connect with this person. You have to logically connect with this person. If you just emotionally and just physically connect with this person, y'all should not be getting married because at that point, more than likely, they will later down the line just become a liability.
Yeah.
Um, More than anything. So you have to be with somebody of substance just like yourself. As a king, I would never lower my standard to be with somebody who cannot fulfill the requirements that I have or the
Right.
dream that I want. If you can't align with the dream and the vision that I see for myself and my marriage, then there's no way we can have something together. So
Right. I'm with that. I believe in the same thing. I'm a finance guy. Assets equal liabilities plus equity. Uh,
uh,
the asset in the situation is you and I being rooted in God, trusting in Him throughout the whole situation, and us being so closely knitted as friends, partners, business partners, parents, uh, all of that, so that you know we nothing that come in between you and I can separate us. Uh, I see a lot of married men and single women's inboxes. I see a lot of women that speak on these married men in these single women's inboxes. And what I want to say around that is that, you know, sometimes we'll rush a process that was meant to be given time. You can't rush something that's big. Never rush a big decision. Buying a car, college you're gonna go to, where you're gonna live, what you're gonna eat for the next week, marriage. That's what I'm getting at. You can't ever rush a big decision, but your big decision needs to be a calculated risk. Marriage is a risk,
it
whether we
is.
want whether we want to talk about it or not. We see it all the time in divorce court, and we see these people that are idols and musicians and stuff like that all the time, always in the news of these people that we thought, oh, they all look so good together. I hate when people say that, by the way. I'm like, anybody can look good for somebody, but you might not be good for somebody. Looking good and
Exactly.
being good, two different things. Eye candy, soul food. Never rush the process, Miss Kristen said. But I was
And
just to
don't.
say, mm-hmm.
And also another thing, topic of discussion. Never think that if you marry somebody that you're fixing the relationship. A lot of people try to marry to fix a broken relationship, and you just if it's broken, it's broken.
Yeah,
Just say
it's
that.
broke, it's broke. Yeah, and also, like where I was getting at was like talking about the asset and liability. Um, both of you have to be an asset. You can there to an asset and a liability have no business being in the same place at the same time. We might be in two different places mentally and spiritually, and that's okay because sometimes you will be in a relationship and one person outgrow the other one. It happens. Y'all not gonna always y'all running the same race, but you might get a little ahead of me. It might not be my time to cross the finish line, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna hold you back. That means I'm just gonna further push you forward. You see what I'm saying? But when you're in a
Exactly.
relationship and you got an asset that starts to slowly turn negative and turn into a liability, hey, we gotta stop the race. We need to have a talk. We need to have a time out of power. Because if we're not heading in the same direction, we either gonna grow together or we're gonna grow apart. Because there ain't no in between. I can't be growing and you on the fence like, I don't know if I really want to be here or not. You need to have some type of assurance. Uh, yeah, I say that all the time. People marrying to fix broke relationships, it don't work. It don't fit. Don't force it. I don't care how
No,
many
you can't
rings you put
force
on
it.
your fingers. I don't care how many rings you put on your fingers. If you don't love a person, if y'all ain't meant to be together, it is not gonna work. What else? What else did Miss Kristen have on her list? Because she was the individual that sent me these messages. These some good points, by the way.
There you are.
Anything highlight and stand out to you?
Let me see.
All right, take your time.
Be the minority because the majority is overcrowded.
Can I talk about that real quick?
Talk about it.
All right. Be the minority because the majority is what?
Overcrowded.
The majority is overcrowded. Ladies, let me tell y'all something. Let me teach y'all something. There's a lot of people out there right now, a lot of you out there that are moving the same way. There's a lot of guys out there too that's moving the same way. And I'm talking about especially in black culture. We kind of move similar. Have y'all noticed that? We move similar on social media. We kind of move the similar in private. People of private hate and do private this, private that. We show the same, we talk about the same things, we post the same stuff. But and when it comes to dating, sometimes you have to go against the grain to get different results. If you've done everything your way in the past 3 years and you have not had no success, let's switch it up just a little bit, just to see if we get some good results. It's just like anything in life, whether it's studying or whatever the case may be. Like, let's switch it up a little bit and just see what comes from it. Let me tell you something. One thing that I said on the past videos of these conversations with a king that some of these men have mentioned when I asked them, hey, what are you looking for in a woman? What's the one thing that you're looking for? A few things that separate your woman from other women. They all said the same thing: a woman that knows how to apologize. Let me add to that list of qualities. A woman that knows how to say thank you, like a woman that's appreciative and understands a man and respects a man's purpose and respects the fact that hey, he may need his time to do A, B, and C, so that when he come to me, he's focused. You get what I'm saying? 'Cause, you know, it's those types of things that really make the ideal woman for us. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody wants you to be perfect. And it's not about the physical, because I mean, if I'm talking to you, obviously I'm thinking you cute. If I'm staying on the phone with you past 5 minutes, you cute. All right. But
Yeah.
you know, but in order to get us to a point where it's like, man, she really stand out from the rest, you show those great qualities. It's not taking nothing away from you, just like it don't take nothing away from us to be consistent. You have to show us what we are being consistent with. Show me.
Right.
There's nothing wrong. I'm gonna show you.
Show us why
Uh,
you worth fighting for. Show
right.
us why
I'm
you
gonna show
stand
you.
out from the crowd.
Yeah. And that don't mean begging or pleading or sending a whole paragraph. That don't mean all that. Be
Yeah,
yourself, but
exactly.
don't hold yourself back from being the best version of you based on some prior uh sugar honey iced tea that you experienced with another brother. You get what I'm saying? That's not fair to us. It wouldn't be fair to you if we were like, you know what, I'm not finna give her the best of me. I'm not finna be as consistent with her because when I was consistent with this one, she took it for granted. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right,
Yeah,
look,
we're too grown
we
for that.
we are too grown for that. And we're going into our late 20s, early 30s. We need to, yeah, we like to use that phrase applying pressure, right? Apply pressure to yourself. Because it shouldn't take a whole lot to reach nobody's heart, to be quite honest. Don't you agree? It
I
shouldn't,
agree.
it shouldn't, I shouldn't feel like, oh, I got to clock in and check on this one. If I don't hit her up all these times of the day, I'm going to lose interest. If I don't buy her all of this and do all that, look, be yourself. Be your best self. Don't be a hurt self trying to, create something with somebody else. That's not fair. I don't believe in 50-50 when it comes to showing someone effort. And when it comes to reciprocity, show me 100% of you, and I'm gonna show you 100% of me, and then we can coexist together, and we can go somewhere that we never thought was even possible. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. But what you think about that, my brother? What you think?
No, I agree wholeheartedly 100% with everything you said. You know, be yourself, be your full 100%. You don't
Yeah.
hold back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let go of any past traumas that you've had from previous relationships.
Right.
Don't carry that over because it's not my responsibility to fix what the last man did to you, and
Right.
vice versa. When it come down to men, if your woman cheated on you, your woman did something to you, steady accuse you of things, don't hold it over the next woman's head.
Yeah.
Don't come
That's right.
into a relationship thinking she's going to be the exact same way, and you hinder yourself and you hold back on yourself of showing her things. Like, nah, be transparent,
Mm-hmm.
be vocal,
Okay.
and just be persistent.
I love it. I
That's all
love
I can. That's really all I can conclude today.
it. I respect it, man. It's a lot of things that we will further discuss from the post I made. I asked the ladies like what some things they don't understand when it comes to men. Uh, it's a lot for us to talk about, and I reiterate the whole purpose of this series is to shed light on how real men think. These are the brothers that you pass in Walmart every day. These are the brothers that you see out at the bars. These are the brothers that you understand what I'm saying. You see post up and down your timeline. Just regular men. You know, the sharing our perspective. The goal is so that we have a better understanding of one another, so that when we go back into the realm of dating, if you're not already there, you can better relate to the person that's sitting in front of you. We want the best from one another. We have to first be the best to ourselves. We have to heal. And then that will allow us to connect to one another just that much better. You get what I'm saying? I'm reading one of the comments. If she will allow you to be her king, then we/he will make her his queen. Uh-huh. Get into therapy. Therapy is so frowned upon. Therapy is a beautiful thing. Um, your mental health and your emotional health is so important because you can't pour from an empty glass. You can't do that. You have to fill yourself up. You know what I'm saying? You have to be full for within yourself and not look for someone to fill you up. That place is meant for God and God alone. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a man or woman's responsibility to heal the other. Take the time to heal before entering a new relationship. Agreed. Healing is definitely a must. You have to heal. And I'm talking about for real, for real. Don't
I agree
don't
too.
don't download, Tinder and stuff. Don't be doing all of this.
Nah,
Like let that stuff go. I had it too, but like your purpose in life, I promise you, the person that's for you probably ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? This is my opinion.
yeah.
But
I definitely agree. You got to heal before you enter something new, like a
yeah.
new relationship. Me personally, when I went through my recent heartbreak,
Uh-huh.
I took 2 months of space to myself just to heal, recover, and recuperate.
Hmm.
I didn't do no dating. I wasn't going around here mingling. I didn't have sex for
Hmm.
2 to 3 months. And that's, for some guy who was in the streets, evolving, I took that time to myself just to heal and recover
Right.
until I felt like I was good enough to be dating again. And it helped me because had I not, I would have just been around here breaking hearts, misleading women, still
Right.
thinking about my ex. So you have to take that time to yourself to really get over somebody.
Yeah.
Other people's healing times are different than others. Some people can heal within a few months. If you was in a really serious relationship, it could take 6 months.
Yeah.
You just have to just know. When you know, you know. When you know you're over somebody, you know you're over somebody. But yeah,
Yeah.
just don't be around here unhealed, entering new relationships, or even dating people because you only just gonna um, disappoint yourself and the next person.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Let's talk about some stuff that let's talk about some stuff that bothered us, that has bothered us, that no longer bothers us. But let's talk about and let's just have this space where we share it with each other. What is something that once upon a time used to bother you in your personal life that used to hinder you in dating and getting closer to women? What's something that used to hinder you from getting closer to women and dating that used to bother you? And how did you overcome that?
So what's something that used to bother me when I used to date women? How did
Yeah,
I
like
overcome?
I guess what I'm asking is like what parts of you were broken in your past and how did you overcome those broken parts? You get what I'm saying? It's a very broad question, but we all got some things that you
That's
know what I mean?
yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Um, for me personally,
Hmm.
I was cheated on.
Yeah.
It was an interesting experience because she liked the women too. So I was cheated on with the woman. It broke me, but I'm the type of man. I'm confident, or your term, my
Confidence.
confidence.
Yep.
My confidence is it overrode like the whole experience.
Mm.
It really didn't leave me traumatized, but it just left me feeling like this is what people are out here doing. But
Yep.
I didn't enter my next relationship with that mindset. I'm the type of dude, and it's not healthy. I had toxic ways. I had a get even type of mindset.
Yep.
So I had to get even, you know, and that was my get back, but it's not healthy. Moving forward, I would just remove myself from that entire situation and not deal with it and allow myself to recuperate and just exit.
Right.
Um, but that was the biggest part for me.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
yeah, because I've always been the type of man to just, not let negative experiences scar me
Mm.
because we it's life, we're all gonna have battle scars. We're all gonna go through something. We all have our own story, but it's
Right.
just about how you let that affect you.
I agree. I agree.
Don't let it affect you.
Right. I want to share something that used to bother me. What used to bother me, as you know, remember when I told you and Latisse about that time when I was talking to somebody up here uh, out in Cleveland, Remember I told you about her?
Yeah, the one in Cleveland. Yeah.
Man, look. So like I used to think that in dating I had to prove myself, by prove myself in many ways, which really I overstretched myself. I used to think that I had to wow and bedazzle, these women on first dates and just go all out and show, hey, like I'm worthy of your time and effort and energy. And it depleted me. It's kind of like a situation like a cheetah. A cheetah can be one of the fastest animals on four legs, but after they didn't ran as fast as they can, they got to take a break and they end up being vulnerable to, you know, other predators that really ain't even on their level, like the hyena. Like one
Right,
hyena
right.
ain't no problem, but when you get 5, 6 of them and you got a tired cheetah, that's a dangerous situation. The cheetah out of energy, it can't even move no more. You know what I mean? I was like a cheetah in dating. I did so much so quick in the beginning, and it backfired on me in the long run because these women weren't worth my time, effort, and energy anyway. It
Period.
used to bother me for the longest, bro. I'm like, I just didn't get it. I'm like, I'm doing the stuff that my homegirls are telling me that they wish guys did, and it just ain't working out for me. Like, why is it so hard to get somebody to see the good in me? Because I mean, I ain't all good, but I ain't all bad, and my good outweighs my bad. I do
Oh
know
my
that.
God, I know exactly what you
You know,
mean.
you know what I'm saying. So that's
I've
how.
done that. I've overstretched myself thin so many times,
Whew,
and it gets to the
well,
point where
I
you
put you. Yeah,
yeah,
thank
you
you.
it gets to the point where you start to just ridicule your behavior, and you just come in thinking like you can't
Yeah,
be the full you. So
yeah,
that's why I feel like um he has this new thing coming out pretty soon.
yeah.
I don't know if everybody knows the cars you have coming out.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
But
forgot.
it's like
Look.
these are one of the moments where you have to just have a date,
Mm,
use these cards to really figure somebody out
yep,
because you
yep,
never want to overstretch yourself.
yep.
I used to do that a lot too. I would
Yep.
go out, go all the way out for somebody I barely knew. 2 weeks in, I'm just going all the way out, and nothing's being reciprocated.
Uh-huh.
Like you might be lucky to get a nice thank you. Like, nah.
Yep.
So
Man, I
yeah,
tell you.
I definitely hear where you're coming from because I've done that.
All right. So we got a great question that came up by Miss Michelle. She said, how can you tell when a man wants something serious and not just fun? All right.
Easy. It's actions.
It's actions. Okay. Say it
Actions.
again. Say it again for the people in the back.
Actions. Actions.
Actions. Now, hold on,
Actions,
hold on.
Queen.
I know the counter question. I'm gonna beat them to the punch because I know what they're gonna say. What about the guys that do everything right? They do everything right
Oh
in the
my
beginning. Hold on.
God.
They're my favorite type of guys, though. I like them. I like them because, see, you know, what about the guys that that that
Here's where the
that put
ghosting
on a
comes
good
into
show,
play.
put on a good show, but then they leave them high and dry? Let's talk about that.
Oh my God.
First off, I don't hang with brothers like that. I don't like that. We're not cut from the same cloth, not whatsoever. My grandmama taught me this lesson early, early on back in the day. She said, "Be wary of those that bear gifts. 9 times out of 10, people gonna want something from you, or they'll hold it over your head. Either way, it's bad." I remember I got a close female friend, and she a Gemini. I remember back in college, she was dating this guy, and I think in the early stages of them dating, he bought her a concert ticket to go to some concert. She didn't know her like that, but it wasn't just a ticket. That's a nice date now, thinking about it. But back then in college, buying a concert ticket, front row seat, man, well, no, that ain't normal. Like normal brothers don't do that. Like normal brothers ain't got the money to do that first off. But even still, like it ain't tricking if you got it, but still, like there's a time and place for everything. That be wary of folks that bear gifts. Another thing, love is an action verb. You understand what I'm saying? So I would teach my daughter. I'm gonna teach my daughter these three things. Look for a man that respects you in all seasons, not just some of the time, but all the time. Number two, look and pay attention to, is he consistent? Not consistent in the sense of like hitting you up all the time and doing. Is he consistent in his effort to show you that he cares about you? He has to be consistent in that main area. And last but not least, is he reliable? If you on the side of the road and your tire flat, can you call him? That matters. If you got those three things, if he can respect you in all seasons, is if he's consistent in his effort to show you that he care about you or he's interested in you, like it ain't just during cuffing season. Like he hitting you up October, November, December, October. You know what I'm saying? Like if this guy can hit you up in different seasons, be consistent in his effort to show you that he care about you, and if he's dependable, I think it's safe for you to let your guard down just a little bit. But until you have all those three boxes checked, respect, consistent, dependable, I would be guarded. Pray and date. Pray while you talk to these folks. Whitney, somebody had called me. That's what happened. What actions? She said, "What actions?"
What actions?
I mean, sincerity. Him trying to understand how you think, because, like we said earlier, it's all about the mindset. If you don't feel like somebody's trying to like really get to know you for you, and you know what's important to you, if they don't really try to get to know how the tick to your top, and you don't sense it going somewhere, it's probably not going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Basically.
I mean, the spirit ain't gonna move where it don't need to be. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you get a feeling when you're at the club. You know when something to pop off, you leave early. If you got a feeling that something ain't right, 9 times out of 10 it probably ain't. Don't get that misconstrued with being insecure, because that's a thing too. But
And
look,
then you talking about a man who's taking action as far as
yes,
really learning who you are, a man who's asking you the right questions, a man who's asking you what are your love languages so he can better serve you and better love you,
yeah,
basically. Like a man who's just taking the time, the effort, the consideration to get to know you.
yeah,
Like what my brother Vashad is saying. If a man is not consistently confiding in you, speaking life over you, trying to just really see you for who you are, then he's probably just playing.
in it for the fun, in it for the thrill,
In it for the
thrills
fun.
and chills. Yeah,
Some women like, well, I had a guy do all those things, but he's still like, where did he go? And then it's like, if you miss the previous conversation, I said that you have to stick around to get to know somebody. You not It's not every single time that you meet somebody, when you continue to date them and continue to get to know them, that y'all are going to continue to click, that the chemistry will not get thrown off. How many times have you hit it off with somebody so good the first week or the first day, and then a month later, y'all just hate each other? Y'all just can't see eye to eye no more.
mm,
That's because y'all was not, y'all haven't fully learned each other.
mm,
So you have to really see somebody in every single season.
yeah,
I mean, it's true. We always deliver the best version of ourselves in the very beginning. It's true. It's true. You know.
yeah.
So
That's
you
right.
have to really see somebody for who they really are. Time will tell everything,
Yeah.
ultimately.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, what
Consistency
I'm
is
gonna do,
key.
what I'm
Always.
gonna do is, real quick, because my Facebook is apparently glitching. Uh, I think that's y'all Wi-Fi.
My Wi-Fi.
No, not yours. I think somebody got Sprint. No, I'm just playing. But look, I'm gonna get off of Facebook Live. We're gonna continue this conversation, and I'm gonna drop the link. I drop the link in this description. It's trying to reconnect. Apparently, it is mine. Ain't that something? That's so crazy.
Maybe because we on Zoom call and
I
you
just
on
put my
live.
Wi-Fi on. Sorry for it glitching. But what I want to tell my Facebook people that's watching right now, I'm gonna stop this video. The rest is gonna be on the YouTube. I thank y'all for chiming in, and we're gonna pick up on the conversation, because now, okay, see, the viewers are coming back now. It went to 10, now it's to 12. So I'm just like, maybe it really was mine. So don't want to come from nobody. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this video. Kristen, I'm gonna answer the question that you just put up. Uh, Answer that on this, and we're gonna continue the conversation. But I'm gonna get off of YouTube for now. Crystal, we're gonna talk about that too. Sorry that y'all got kicked off. I apologize, but we're gonna continue the conversation. So y'all check out the link. All right. Now, back to you, my good sir. I'm gonna go to my page real quick because I want to answer some of the questions. We got 63 comments, and let me see. Kristen said, "Do you believe in a woman being too?" Hold on, I'm not trying to get into the comments real quick. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Kristen said, trying to get to the bottom. Assorted. It's just crazy how comments. I want to see the newest. Do you believe in a woman being too independent to the point where it turns a man off? I've been told that I'm too independent or too ambitious. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I feel like nah. A real man loves an independent woman. It's not enough independency that could turn me off from a woman that I am actively trying to pursue.
Yeah,
I feel like he's coming from like I don't know. It seems as if he's trying to lure you into something.
yeah,
Like yeah, that's not genuine. If a man isn't happy that you're fully independent, which translate into you being successful, that you can take care of yourself,
yeah.
should no man be happy that you're too successful?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with you being independent.
It ain't.
Like if I'm slacking in something and we somehow love each other to death and we're in a committed relationship, your independency could save us. You know, if something was to happen, you know, granted, I'm gonna be fully independent myself, but just saying, I don't know. I feel like it's something hidden in his agenda that doesn't sit well.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, he's trying to lure you into something.
Yeah, I was about to say, alpha woman has never turned off an alpha male. So if your alpha is not pleasing to this guy, you might have a beta. That's all I got to say. I'm a man of few words, many but few in this instance. Like, don't play yourself.
Yeah,
But I want to say, man, look, I appreciate this conversation. I feel like this was a good conversation with a fellow king, and I want to tell everybody to subscribe if you haven't already, like the page, and tune in to the next.